Hey all, Hipper here. So boy do I have a treat for you today, because we're having a Minotaur battle here, and in this battle we actually get to face the one and only Gitticus Good. And Gitticus and I, we go way back to, the early days of World of Warships Legends, back when I was a disgraced CC, and Gitticus was the moderator of the World of Warships Adults Only Facebook group. And that title is a contradiction in terms, by the way. Definitely nothing adult about that. So anyway, the point is that we have known each other for a long time in the game, and that's also why I was kindly given permission to put this battle here up. No, I'm kidding, because Gitticus is a cool guy, he doesn't care. That can't be said for a lot of people out there playing this game, though. I cannot even count the amount of times where I run into a player who I know recognizes me, and just before, they realize that, uh-oh, Hipper's got me, they do something so they get, sunk by someone else. Very petty, but that's the way it is, because I suppose they're very, very scared of ending up on YouTube and, getting taken out by, the guy that's always kiting, apparently. I find it immensely amusing, and I have been thinking about doing a montage on it, but then on the other hand, I think, no, I'll be a good boy, but just so you know, I have the footage out there. So in this battle here, I'm not even aware that Gitticus is in this, game, because I don't know, I just missed him when I was looking at the scoreboard in the beginning, or perhaps I didn't even look at all. Sometimes I forget, and it's always when I forget there's someone that I recognize on the other team. That's that's just the rule. And something I've noticed with Iwami here, if you ever run into that when you're in a Minotaur, farm that superstructure. Because for some reason, it's just like a knife through butter. Well, it is on most ships, but on Iwami, it's just it's a lot more obvious, and you can farm that superstructure in a matter of 30 seconds. It takes very, very little time to sink an Iwami if you're in a Minotaur, which is anyway interesting, but off topic. So this isn't the most interesting battle until the end, so do stick around till the end, because that's where, we find out who's the mastermind behind the red team's shenanigans here. So I'm just sitting here, taking it easy, farming some battleships, because it's too early to move out from here. I would like to go to probably the A-cap, but it's too early. There's still too many red ships. You can see there's actually, 7 of them, and too many battleships. So if I jump out, I'm just gonna get focused. So you're gonna play it safe in here, taking it easy, using the islands to whittle down some battleships, and once we get rid of 1, maybe 2 battleships, we can start to think about making a move. But as it is now, it's not a good idea, because we already have the cap. So the more the Reds push in, the better it is for me. So as long as they keep pushing, then there's no point in repositioning at all. And especially when you have a broadside Iwami that doesn't care at all that he's getting farmed, because you'll see this guy. He's at a 3rd health now, and he's not even going to change his course at all. During the whole time, I'm just farming him from here behind the island. And now the Yami is gone, I can push out a little bit more, and actually get all my guns working, because I was a little bit nervous, maybe that the Yami would panic and push out, and then I would be sitting there broadside. So it's not like I love to shoot into mountains, but I was getting hits. So now I can get all my guns on the Iwami, and this is where, like I was saying in the beginning, this is where the damage just, flows in, because this is a perfect farming ship, especially when it's broadside. I just don't know. It's interesting. So we're already up to like triple on the epic modification, meaning that I have a lot more range than I started out with. I start out with 16 with this build here, Once the epic modification is maxed out, I will have almost 18 range, which is more than I need. 17, I think, is pretty much what you need in Minotaur. And since I'm at like 8% extra range now, that's all I need. I don't really have to, you know, get any more. But the Iwami is still there, so, you know, why not farm it a little bit more? And yeah, it's all good. And here I'll give you a little tip. Like, in most situations like this, when the flank has been cleared, then the ships, you know, they keep moving forward towards the D cap. And in most cases, that's a bad idea. Like, not always, but in most cases, that's not the best idea. You should go for the C cap. Like, of course, this completely depends on how the battle looks at that point. But as a general rule, it's better to consolidate the A cap and you know, grab the C cap if you can, then push all the way towards the D cap, because it just leaves the A cap very, very exposed. And that's also why I'm returning here, because I can see there's a cruiser on the other side of the map. His last, you know, spotting was heading towards the A cap, and we are very close on point, so we cannot allow that cap to fall into enemy hands. And it does mean that I will have to cross the open ocean in front of this Yamato here, but with an agile Minotaur at this distance here, 16.8, I don't really care at all. There's very little you can do about that. So just have a look at the salvo in the air and see, oh, there's a very nice hole there. Looks like my ship can fit in there. Yoink! And then I have 25 seconds of peace and quiet here while he's reloading. So this here is why I love to play agile cruisers, because you can position and reposition while firing at the enemy. You don't have to rely on your concealment. Of course you can do that. Like, if there was more than one battleship in the game, I probably would have gone a little bit more quietly over to the A cap. But with just one Yami here, then it doesn't really matter. Now there's someone shooting at me from the cap, which is really annoying, and now they detect it. And then we have a look, and it's Gitticus. And I was so surprised when when I realized this. It's like, what? And well, we're gonna have to take him on, because he's sitting in the A cap, and that's the one cap we cannot lose. We are ahead on points here, but we're not gonna keep being ahead on points if I let him grab this cap here. So we're just gonna go wide, because he's trying to hide behind the island, and obviously he has destroyer backup because I'm spotted, and that's a little bit of a worry, because I don't have any radars left. I don't actually know why I don't have any radars left. I'm a bit surprised I've spent 3 radars in there. There wasn't even that many destroyers, but anyway, that's the situation. And usually I save a radar for the last 5 minutes of a battle if there are any destroyers left, and I just gotta, you know, keep an eye on the Yami here, because now he's suddenly interested in me again. There he fires, and we just slow down and turn in, and again we just see, where can I fit in? And I can fit in right there. I mean, there's nothing more satisfying than doing this. Like, making a battleship waste their salvos is one of the most satisfying things you can possibly do in this game here. So now there's no more battleship backup for Gitticus. So we're going to move in, and we have the sonar on, because, like I said, he has destroyer backup. And now there's someone down there. We're just going to take a shot at him, but too far away. And I'm not going to... I'm committed now. I cannot turn around. I mean, if I turn around, then Gitticus will get his sights on me, and obviously we can't have that. So he doesn't have a sonar, but I do. So I can keep him spotted, and there's nothing he can do. But we have to keep an eye on, you know, the torps from the annoying destroyer out there somewhere. And again, this is where agile builds are worth their weight in gold. Trust me, especially in these situations here where you have 3-4 ships left on each team. That's where you can really use these builds here to their fullest. So he's not giving up the cap. I mean, how dare he? And like I said, I don't have a radar. I really wish I had one, so I could just absolutely pummel this annoying destroyer out here. So the destroyer would leave me and Gitticus alone to do our thing. And like I said earlier, he doesn't have a sonar. So I'm going to be a little sneaky with the torps here. Just do a little bit once in a while. Because he'll have no idea when they're coming, or if they're even coming at all. And as long as I at least keep this cap here, I'm almost capping it now. Then, I mean, we're gonna have a good time. There's another bunch of torpedoes incoming here, and my sonar is gonna run out now, so I'm gonna be at a disadvantage in the next 2 minutes or so. So we need to, as a minimum, remove Gitticus, because then we should be able to pull this one here off. And he's in a Napoli. It's like a high caliber guns on that ship, and that's of course a bit of a worry. So I need him to fire before I can go broadside and get all my guns in action. So I'm just trying to annoy him here, and he does get a good hit, but it's time to go for gold. So Napoli takes a long time to reload, and I will admit right here I forget it has torpedoes. So that's pretty lucky right there, and I do eat one, and a little bit upset about that. That's totally my fault. I forgot that it had torpedoes, and I won against Gitticus. Woohoo! No, I was insanely lucky there. Absolutely out of my mind lucky. And luck is a part of all battles in this game here. So now we have the destroyer left, and we're only like 2.5 minutes down. We are ahead by 200 points, so it's not really the end of the world if I get sunk. So there's another destroyer, and this one is should be a pretty easy kill, but he is quite far away, and I'm still a bit I still have a destroyer to deal with over here, and I get a little bit too caught up in finishing off the shimmer here that I kinda I mess up really, but it doesn't matter. There's 2 minutes left, and to see if I can get the shimmer before I get sunk, but it doesn't work. So it's alright. We're still way ahead on points, so all our destroyer has to do is just not die, and victory is ours. So I'll just skip the boring part here, but I can reveal to you that Mr. Destroyer here, he pulls it off, and we win with the timer running out and us being ahead by more than 200 points. And also, to be fair, Gitticus actually beats me on raw XP, like if you take away my 50% win bonus. So well done. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this, guys, and I'll see you out there.